With this WVLI News Update, I'm Rob West, back with a look at today's news right after this.
Stay connected to your community, even on the go. The WVLI Podcast Network brings you 3 great local shows. The WVLI News Update keeps you informed. Kankakee Valley Community Happenings gets you ready for the weekend. And This One Time in Kankakee shares the incredible stories of our area. Find the WVLI Podcast Network wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com. The voices you trust beyond the dial.
State Department of Public Health confirms the first human case of West Nile Virus in Illinois this year. The case involved a resident of Piatt County. IDPH has also identified 3 other probable human cases of West Nile in northern Illinois. So far in 2026, the virus has been observed in 50 Illinois counties. Another of those secret food pantry mobile pop-up events is scheduled for today in the village of Bourbonnais. This one runs from 11 o'clock this morning till noon at the location on Briarwood Lane. Organizers of the event ask for a $5 donation. They ask you show up no more than a half an hour before it starts, and you follow the route outlined by Bourbonnais Police. You can get that route, more information on the Village of Bourbonnais website. Will County Fair continues today. Fair Representative Karen Drawley has a rundown of today's events.
Today is Senior and Veterans Day at the Will County Fair. The fair opens to the public at 8. In the family entertainment tent today, we have Mike's Family Magic Show, Dave Rudolph British Invasion, and the Frankfurt Brass Band. Today is also the Ride-a-thon night. You can ride as many rides as you want for $35. That starts at 4 o'clock. In the grandstand, we have the DeYoung Equipment ITPA tractor pull at 6:30. In the beer garden, we have the Smoking Guns, which will be performing at 7 o'clock. For all the information, go to the willcountyfair.org. We look forward to seeing you at the 123rd Will County Fair, barn in the USA.
Will County Fair runs through Sunday at the fairgrounds just outside Piatt. Iroquois County Sheriff's Police reporting the arrest of a Watseka man after he allegedly sold them some meth. In a press release, deputies say they arrested 40-year-old Curtis Tayden Wednesday after officers conducted a pair of controlled buys of meth as part of an ongoing narcotics investigation. Tayden taken into custody on 2 counts of delivery of methamphetamines. Village of Bourbonnais wants to hear from residents what they'd like to see happen as the village develops. Village Marketing and Community Engagement Director Lindy Casey says there's an open house tonight designed to get information about what folks would like to see happen to what they're calling the Career Center Road sub-area,
which is defined as the northwest corridor of the village. So we're talking North Career Center Road and West Bourbonnais Parkway area. You can move through stations in any order as you like, and you will share input on areas such as land use, transportation, economic development, community character, and things like that.
Casey says the village is updating its land use plan for the area for the first time since 2019. Open house runs from 6:30 till 7:30 tonight in the community room at Village Hall. Says light refreshments will be served, and there's more information on the village's website. Everybody loves a good nap, but experts say you're probably doing it wrong. Bree Tennis has more.
The National Sleep Center says most of us are not hitting the sweet spot of a nap. Not long enough, you wake up cranky. Too long, you risk a sleep hangover. The Cleveland Clinic says the nap has to hit one of 2 places to be successful. No more than 20 minutes to avoid deep sleep, or a full 90 minutes to complete a sleep cycle. They say either is great to recharge, but know that the sweet spot to take a nap comes between 1 and 3 p.m. I'm Bree Tennis.
Watseka City Council has given the okay to demolish the old Nettie Davis school building. Jake Lamore has that story.
Rob, the Iroquois County Times-Republic reports Watseka City Council passed a resolution Wednesday for the demolition of the old school on North 4th Street in the sum of around $245,000. The school is located on a floodplain and has been vacant since 2023 due to ongoing flooding issues. The demolition is being paid for by FEMA flood hazard mitigation funds. Watseka Mayor Benny Marcier says once the city signs the papers, they're sent to the state level for a signature. Once the state signs off, demolition of the old school could begin later this year. I'm Jake Lamore.
Watseka Family Fest starts today, runs through Saturday. Darcy Smith sits on the Family Fest board, gives us a rundown of today's events.
Tonight, the Watseka Family Festival kicks off with Faith Fest. A Natural High will be performing on the big stage at 5 p.m., followed by an all-faith worship service and Faith on Fire band. Gates open at 4 p.m., and it's completely free to attend the show. We'll have some bounce house fun inside the concert area for the kids, and the Watseka FFA will be selling pork chop and pork burger sandwiches, chips, and a drink, with all proceeds supporting the Watseka FFA.
Watseka Family Fest today through Saturday at American Legion Park on South 4th Street in Watseka. There's going to be a partial lunar eclipse tonight and early tomorrow morning. Madeline Shepley, astronomy professor and director of the Strickler Planetarium at Olivet, tells us what to expect.
Lunar eclipses are caused when the moon passes through the shadow beyond that's created by the sun. Because of how the light from the sun interacts with our atmosphere, this causes the moon to turn red in the Earth's shadow. Thursday's partial eclipse starts at 9:33 p.m. Thursday night and concludes at 12:51 a.m. Friday. Maximum eclipse, or the time of maximum lunar redness, will be at 11:12 p.m.
This is the second lunar eclipse of the year. Right now, weather looking pretty good for viewing the eclipse tonight, with the forecast calling for mostly clear skies across the area. In sports, Sox won last night. Cubs and Cards both lost. Sox beat the Rangers 10-4, take 2 out of 3 in that series. Cubs dropped a 2-0 decision to the Diamondbacks. Cards lost 8-7 to the Orioles. Cards wrap up their series with the Orioles this afternoon. Sox and Cubs both have the day off. Chicago Fire FC take on the Seattle Sounders on Saturday. Chicago Sky at the Liberty on Saturday. Bears wrap up the preseason with the game against the Titans in Nashville Saturday. That is a check of news and sports here on this Thursday morning. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe, everybody. I'm Rob West.
In the summer of 1952, frantic phone calls jammed Kankakee switchboards. Mysterious blinding lights were hovering right over the Illinois Central Railroad tracks. Were they alien invaders, high-altitude physics experiments, or a legendary local prank? I'm Jake Lamore. On the latest episode of This One Time in Kankakee from the WVLI Podcast Network, we explore our hometown's strange history with flying saucers. Listen now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.